Hello and good afternoon, everyone. This is Sharon broadcasting live from New Jersey, USA. And welcome to my new episode of interviews with our global digital entrepreneurs. And today, I'm so excited to have Esther joining us from Canada. She is a mom, a grandma, and a great grandma. And she will be sharing with us her story and her journey, how she became a proud online business owner and rocking the online space. Yes, so Esther, thank you again for joining us today. And could you please first tell us a little bit about yourself and then how you started and how you landed on this business opportunity?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. Um, I just really appreciate it. um,
Sure.
yeah, you told them I'm a mom and a grandma and a great grandma and a digital business owner.
Yeah.
Yes, I I'm proud to say it. I am 81 years old, nearly 82.
Wow.
So I think that everyone should know that this business works for everyone. It's um,
Absolutely.
it's been an experience that I wish I had found many years ago. Although this particular one is really only 7 years old, but
Right.
um, it's just such an amazing thing, and I'm loving every minute of it. And I'm
Absolutely.
meeting people like yourself. And I'm in Canada. I'm near Vancouver, British Columbia,
Ah.
and yeah, and you're in New Jersey, and
Yep,
I
exactly.
have friends all over the world. It's just amazing. I love it.
Me too.
Uh,
Yep. That's always a fun, like a great things to think about how the internet, has connects people all around the world, so effortless. You just
yeah,
reach out and you can become friends. You can find your like-minded people like us.
yeah, isn't it? And what I have found in this business is that the like-minded people, it's amazing. Like
Absolutely.
we all kind of have this. We have our why. Uh,
Hmm. So what is
but
your why? What is your why?
well, I guess I should go really back to the beginning. Um,
Mm.
I had been retired for many, many years, and I had done the volunteering thing,
Mhm.
and I where I lived, summers were incredible. I golfed and I
Oh,
did
really?
yeah,
Oh,
I loved
great.
golfing, and I did Nordic pole walking,
Wow.
and I loved the summers, and
Yep.
I had a lovely home and a yard that I could putter around in, and it was
Oh,
really, really nice.
cool.
But then winter came, and
Ah,
in the winter where I was living,
right.
um, the snow would get really, really deep. And
Okay.
it wasn't really easy to walk because it was also, although the snow was deep, it wasn't really, really terribly cold.
Mm.
So, things would be quite icy. So
Mhm.
winters could get a little bit long.
Mm.
And one day I was sitting at my kitchen table crocheting. I don't,
Yep.
no one crochets anymore, but I did.
Well, I
And,
can visualize that the picture. Yeah.
and I thought to myself, it just struck me. I need to be doing something to make my brain work. I
Mm.
just feel like I, when you get doing something, your mind wanders all over. You can kind of do this automatically. And so I got, it just dawned on me that I really needed to start using my brain on something.
Mhm.
Anyway, lo and behold, I think my
Mm.
guardian angels were with me
Aw.
because the next day I was talking to my daughter in law and she said, what are you up to, sort of thing. And
Mhm.
uh, I told her, I said, I just feel like I need to be doing something. And she's a flight attendant. So she said, oh, I was just talking to a friend yesterday, one of the other airline
Uh-huh.
girls, and she mentioned this business that another friend was doing. maybe it'd be something you'd like to try.
Okay.
And I had no idea what a digital business was or on working online. I
Of
mean,
course, of course. That is such a new thing, right?
well, yeah, I mean, I was on Facebook and I
Uh-huh.
shopped. I, buy things from Amazon or whatever, do my
Exactly.
painting online. But yeah, this was something I hadn't heard of. So anyway, she gave me his name, and the next day I looked him up, got a
Yep.
hold of him, and explained who I was and what I was doing and da. Anyway, he said, "I'll send you the information," which he did.
Hmm.
And a few days later, I signed up. I thought,
Wow.
this sounds really interesting.
I
So
know.
yeah, when I
Just
called him and I
within a
said,
few days.
I know,
Wow. Amazing.
I when I told him I wanted to sign up, he said, "Really?"
Oh my goodness. That's so amazing.
Yeah, and it's just been an amazing experience. I
Yes.
really,
Yes.
really enjoy it.
So what's the best part that you love about it?
Oh, the
Like,
community. you know,
absolutely.
the making friends. It's worldwide. I
Yes.
know, I realize that most of the people are looking for a side hustle,
Hmm.
and I guess I hadn't really thought of that. I was just looking to learn something, and oh my goodness, I have been learning. There's so much,
Absolutely.
and the training is just so amazing. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. It was just
Exactly.
it
And
was
it's
just
so easy to follow, right? It's so
yeah.
easy.
Oh
It's not like something, oh, it takes like a higher education background to grasp, right?
no, and I would have thought it would, but oh
Yes.
my gosh, no. It's yeah, you have to follow the steps,
Right.
and you have to take your time, which
Yeah.
is really, really, it's not an overnight thing. That's just good because it's not a get rich quick scheme like that never
Yes.
works.
Right. Right.
This
Absolutely.
actually works, and I love seeing all these parents, not just moms, but parents that are able to stay home with their children,
Yes.
and
Such a
they
blessing.
didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, and they didn't do it overnight, but
Hmm.
it depends on how much time you want to put into it, I guess.
Right.
And
Right.
since you're your own boss, you do it your way.
Exactly.
Nobody's telling you what you have to do,
Right.
but
Right.
everybody's there to help you. Yeah.
Yes, so the global community is definitely so supporting. I
Oh,
couldn't think of a better, entrepreneurial
no,
experience. Yes,
no.
because you're doing it with so much support. Like people couldn't probably wouldn't be able to grasp, right? The amount of
Yeah,
support we can get.
it's true. It isn't a competition. It's
Absolutely. That's
it,
very hard to imagine, to be honest with you.
yeah,
Like I used to work in corporate for years. And, like even though like you also have this so-called training or support, but there's still, a lot of competition, people
absolutely.
try to rise above,
Yeah,
stepping on
that's
each
right.
other's shoulder or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah.
but see, corporate has corporate culture. In us, this platform, the culture is just amazing. Everyone is promoting such a positive mindset and attitude. This is, yeah, also
Yeah,
something I love.
everybody's willing to help. Um,
Yes.
yeah, we start out with our own group, but I have found that I've got, well, I've got three groups that I am involved with every,
Aw.
it's maybe too much because I'm not maybe doing as much as I should be doing for them. But yeah, it's great.
That,
And we all
that
get along so well.
yes.
Yeah. It's
So
not,
so mhm.
in the past, of course, um, I have sold things like I've sold makeup, I've sold cleaning products.
Mhm.
Years ago, I sold encyclopedia.
Oh, books.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
The,
Yes. This
the
is
Google.
not the same.
No, I think a lot of young people don't even know what encyclopedias are. They're actually Google in a book.
Ah, yes, yes, of course. Yes. So how do you
Um,
compare this business to those selling product type?
no comparison. No, when you're selling something, well, first of all, it's really hard to make any money at selling these products.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of them are, they're good products, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one to go out. I don't want to bug my family and friends. I don't like doing parties.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's just not the same. This is so you can't even compare the two things.
Right, right.
And yeah, and this is just a totally different thing. Um, People ask if this is a pyramid scheme,
Mm-hmm.
which it definitely is not.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
I think a lot of people has that concern, directs, like it has to sell to their friends or family or whatever. I think a
right.
lot of people once they, get to know it at the first sight, all their past experience just, like
Yeah,
come back to them, I guess.
when you realize that how it works, um,
It's totally different.
it's totally, yeah. Like
Yes.
in a pyramid scheme, I think the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Yes,
But
right.
in this, it's just everybody wins. So
Absolutely. Hmm.
yeah, so yeah, I did those things that didn't pay off. But when we go to my why, you had asked about,
Hmm.
it was definitely to make my brain work, hopefully,
And I can
and
tell that it's, absolutely keep you engaging and you're as sharp as before. Look at the way you talk and, it's just, I couldn't imagine you're 82 or 81.
thank you. Yeah, it has been a really amazing experience. I'm learning actually, even at this late stage of life. I'm actually learning about myself.
Yep,
Uh, I've never, I never really felt good enough. I never felt like I was smart enough or whatever. And now I'm finding out that yeah, I am. I'm as good as anyone else.
exactly,
I
exactly.
can do it. Yeah,
Yes,
and
yes. Yeah, I
and
think that a lot of people, when they first get to know about this business, because online business or digital business is such a new thing.
yeah,
A lot of them got scared, and they were starting to doubt. Oh, will I be able to do it, or is this something
yeah,
that I would feel comfortable?
yeah,
Because this is definitely something that no one living their normal life would be thinking about doing, right?
right.
But once you jump out of your comfort zone, wow, this is like a brand new world.
It
It's
is.
like step into like a brand new space and experience so many different things, and you fell in love with them, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's like you said, we get out of our comfort zone, and what I'm finding out is we're all the same. Like
Yes.
we really all have the same desires. We have the same fears. We
Mm-hmm.
have ups and downs. It's not always. It doesn't always go the way you
Right.
hope.
Yep.
But
Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's and I have to tell you when was. I mean, I've been friends on Facebook with our what do I call them leaders,
Right.
the two fellows that actually started the business,
Yep.
and and you think, well, they're really really busy, and there's no way. I mean, oh my goodness, the work they do for us is unbelievable, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So I make comments on their posts and stuff, but never dream that they would have any idea who I am because I really haven't. I feel well, they have no reason to know who I am. But,
Oh,
I have to tell you that
right,
here recently, it was a couple of our masterminds. We have these masterminds, of course, every week that
right,
are so informative.
right.
And it was an extremely emotional one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw the one. I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe three.
Right.
Anyway, afterwards, um, Darren had posted that they were out kind of relaxing after such an emotional meeting and how well it had gone and just sort of um, going over it, the two of them. Anyway, I sent them a message and saying how I thanked them so much for everything they did. He responded immediately. Like he's
Oh,
got thousands of people
I know. You know
on,
what? You know
and
what, Esther? That's when it caught my attention. I was reading that post.
were you?
Yes, that's how I saw your comment, and then I saw Darren. I think that I saw him responded to you.
Yeah,
It was what a humble man, and and
unbelievable.
exactly, and that's when I click into your profile, and then that's how I reach out to you. Oh, and
Oh, really? Oh, that's amazing.
that's
But that's
amazing.
how it works. It's just how it works, isn't it?
Exactly. Yep.
But
So
yeah, yeah,
right,
those two boys are just
amazing.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Right, right. So then, like for any people who are interested in this business, what are some of the challenges you would say that you met along the way, so that probably they could kind of be prepared, or any advice?
Well, any advice that I would have is to if you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. Give yourself at least that much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there are ups and downs. We
Mm-hmm.
all have them. There are days when you just think, "Oh, what am I doing?"
Right.
And then you get over that and you realize that, "Oh, yeah, it really does work." And then there are times that um, I think you just have to really know that you can do it. You have to learn to
Believe in yourself.
understand that you're capable. We're all capable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if you get feeling down, just stay committed and reach out. Oh my gosh, there's how many? There's hundreds of thousands of people now that are
Yes,
willing to help us. Like you could just reach out to anyone. But you
exactly.
do have your coach and you have your mentor.
Right.
It's always there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, follow the training. If when you start, do the step by step. When they say don't skip,
Mm-hmm.
listen to them. It
Right.
doesn't. You can't start and get going like overnight. It takes time. This
Yeah,
isn't a get rich quick.
exactly, exactly. It's such a
This is a journey. Yeah.
yep, you have to plant your seeds, and then it really take times to, for harvest.
Well,
It's really, but then you need to keep planting and watering, and
you do.
right.
And you just never give up because as so many of our um, billionaires have said,
Hmm.
if you quit,
Yeah,
then you'll never win.
yeah,
Um, we have a billionaire here that's compared. He's our Canadian Warren Buffett. He's
right.
compared,
Oh, okay.
and he's an amazing man. I've met him, and he's just down to earth. He actually grew up not terrible far from where I did, and he said you have to enjoy every day.
Hmm.
He does something he loves every day. He likes to laugh and have a good time. He's he's 9 years older than me, so he's almost, well, I think he's 90 actually now.
Mm, mm.
But he said, if you want something, you just gotta wanna.
Right,
And he
right. You need
means you gotta want it bad enough that you do it. You don't start something and then quit because that doesn't work.
exactly. Yeah.
So
On a side note, I'm just all of a sudden have this one question. When you first started, well, I think it's because the opportunity was recommended by your daughter-in-law. I was
yeah,
thinking about a lot of people when they first, get to know this opportunity, like their family or their significant others, they will be super suspicious like, or
Oh,
skeptical.
skeptical. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
like what's your situation or advice for them? Because maybe because they are the one who's gone through the due diligence process, but then
That's
their
right.
other part didn't go
Yeah.
through the same process.
Yeah. You can't let someone else decide what you know you can do. Um, lots of, I know there are several people,
Mhm.
particularly want to stay at home moms that
Right.
have a skeptical spouse.
Oh, absolutely.
And you just have to um, let it, let them have their say,
Hmm.
but carry on. You
Right.
know in your heart you can do it. And
Yeah.
it's so interesting because I've seen this,
Hmm.
and where it isn't long and the spouse is joining them. And
Yes, yes.
you just have,
We've seen so many of these examples, right?
yeah, we
It's
do.
amazing how the skeptical, spouse became so supportive
Yeah,
after they started to see some results. Yeah,
that's
but it's
right.
just
Yeah.
the
And
beginning
and I
part.
think
Mhm,
I think it's hard sometimes when someone is, you know, maybe not happy with you because you're doing it. But
mhm,
um, we're all individuals, and I think we have to realize that we can do things that we want. We know in our hearts we can do it,
mhm.
and we have to just do it,
Yes,
and
yes.
they'll come around.
Right, right. Yeah. So what like probably last question, what kind of qualities do you think that's important to be successful in this business? Probably you already touch upon certain elements, but just like what are
I
some.
think
Mhm.
you have to be prepared to be coachable. You need to be able to um, reach out, ask questions,
Yes.
ask for help,
Right.
and then listen to them. Um,
Right.
don't don't second guess anyone if they're explaining something to you, especially coaches.
Mhm,
They've done it. They're there, and a mentor will
mhm,
help you as much as they can. And if they find they can't, they will find someone that can help you, which
mhm,
is usually a
mhm.
coach.
Yep.
I think just don't give up on yourself. There's
Right.
lots
Right.
and lots of help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seeking help. Yeah, I think that it's so important to know that we have a super supportive, environment.
We definitely do. Yeah.
Right. Right. All right.
I made a couple notes. I just want to see if I
Mhm.
know. We just know that this business works, and we know that the training works. We know that uh, if we follow it the way we're supposed to, it works.
Yes, exactly. Why I think that you're so inspiring is just it just blows my mind,
Oh,
at your at your age, people would be like, oh, already so comfortable, doing other stuff and you
well,
know,
yeah, and maybe in a way, uh, because I'm not maybe so concerned about the financial end of it. Although, like my why was
hmm,
to learn,
hmm,
and then I get into this business, and then I've noticed my why has changed a little bit because now I can see that I can help my family.
right.
I can help my grandchildren.
Yes, absolutely. The
So
whole compensation system, it's so right.
yeah, so that kind of has changed my why.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, who doesn't want passive income? Who doesn't, want to retire early or I mean
exactly.
this business can bring so much, whether it's personal growth or, financial independence or, like the
Yes,
like the
and
whole.
even
Mhm,
if what I've noticed too
mhm,
is that, like, I've been fortunate enough to travel quite a lot in my lifetime, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. And now that I'm a little older, Yeah, I might like to travel a little bit more, but I'm right now I'm quite settled where I am.
Uh-huh.
But I see people that are traveling the world. You can go anywhere and do this. Like you
Exactly.
can be anywhere in the world and be running your business. It's so
Yeah.
automated, and if you got a smartphone and a laptop, you can go anywhere.
Exactly, exactly. Yes, I can definitely, feel the benefit because I'm also my daughter is a competitive golfer, so I always have
Yes,
to send her everywhere. And once you're there, you spend like hours and hours. And now with my phone, like I can do so much. Before,
that's
all I can do is like kind of wasting my own time, sacrificing for my own kids.
yeah.
But now you don't have to with this business, right?
No, that's right. Now you can go with her.
Exactly.
Whereas if you were working at a job, you
Yes, that's not
wouldn't be
possible.
able to go. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I think that you've shared with us so many, valuable advice and
Oh,
information. And
I
it's
hope so, and I
so
hope everyone. I just want everyone to join us. It's just so exciting.
exactly. I think that the, the thing is, people outside, outside our little bubble or whatever, they're
Yeah,
all like skeptical and, so afraid because it's a new stuff,
yeah.
like a lot of
The,
self-doubt or the validity of the
the
business.
validity, yes, and
Yeah.
that's the one really big thing that we should mention before we leave is,
Yes.
you go in, you get all the information, and you can even have a 30-day trial run.
Right.
It's they can't offer us much more than that. And if you
Absolutely.
don't like it, then don't do it. But if you get in there and see how it works and see what's happening,
Yes.
you're most likely going to realize you can do it and you'll join
Absolutely.
us.
This is I mean this business, even when I first joined, when the reason I joined is to find a flexible side hustle or whatever
Right.
to better take care of my kids, but and also like to learn some new skills.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have imagined, like how much I have gained through this business, or how much
Yeah.
everybody, when they step on foot, they when they step foot on this business opportunity, everybody just like love it so much.
Yeah.
Probably people outside, they couldn't understand why,
Yeah. That's
you know,
right. Yeah.
yeah, but
It's true.
yeah.
You just have to try it. Just have to check it out.
Exactly. Okay, so I think that I'm so grateful for Esther. You're so inspiring, for your age. Even if you can do it, everybody can do it. That's why
That's right. Oh, they can. Absolutely.
exactly, if you're still young and or uh, I just can't think of a reason why, when a great grandma can do it, and you're still doubting yourself, right? That's the power of the system. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Thank you again for spending time and share with us the inspiring journey to become an
Thank you,
online
Sharon. I didn't
entrepreneur.
mean to take so much time, but thanks
Oh,
for
no,
watching,
no.
everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. If you're interested and get inspired, please take action and take control of your life. This will be a decision that you won't regret, right?
Right, for
All
sure.
right. Yes. Okay. So see you guys next time. Thank you again, Esther. Have a,
Thank you.
have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, you too.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye.